right, welcome into the Tiger Livestream Network. We are going to be a tape delay of what you're listening to tonight. This is a girls semifinal regional game versus the Grinnell Tigers here at home, hosting ADM. And like I said earlier, the region does not allow us to broadcast the games live, so it'll be tape delay. You'll be seeing this live tomorrow night, which would be Sunday night, on the Tiger Livestream Network YouTube channel. So tune in, and we'll be throwing some Twitter feeds out there so everyone knows what's going on for us. With that being said, let's take a little bit look at the two teams coming into tonight's competition. First of all, we have ADM. They're coming to us at 15-8 on the year. Had some good, tough wins throughout the season and a couple tough losses. They're paired up with the Grinnell Tigers, which are coming into this season at 17-2. With that being said, the Tigers have had a pretty impressive year. The only losses that they've had has come against Gilbert and against Centerpoint Urbana, which were two lower class teams. Both of those teams were very good within their class that they were sitting in. But tonight's game is going to be a good competition, I think, as we start out this road to Wells Fargo Arena. Thank you for joining us. I guess tonight is just myself, Dan Walker. My son Blake Walker has been competing at all state competitions in Ames all day, so he will not be joining us. My other son Tyler Walker will be helping us run the camera. So we are going to start out with the starting lineups as we go through the beginning of the evening here. It looks like starting for ADM, excuse me.
Semifinal featuring the visitors on the scoreboard, the ADM Tigers, and your Grinnell Tigers. ADM wins with a record of 15-8. Your Grinnell Tigers, Little Hawkeye Conference champions at 17-2. Let's meet the starting lineups first for the visitors from ADM. Wearing number 5, a sophomore, Grace Hardcastle.
So starting out the lineups for the ADM Tigers, we have number 5, Grace Hardcastle, number 23, Abby Halas, number 25, Anna Kinney, number 33, a junior, Delaney Bartman, and number 35, a senior, Emma Jackson. ADM's head coach is Jacob Cleveland, assistant coach Matt Doman, and Steve Cochran. Now for the home Grinnell Tigers. Starting lineup has not changed that much for the year. Leading off, number 3, senior Macy Harris. Number 10, a senior Naomi Jackson. And number 13, a junior McKenna McKnight. And number 14, a junior Sarah Gosling. And number 22, Megan Doty. Grinnell Tigers head coach is Trent Edson, assistant coach Mark Kevitt. Casey McDermott is assistant coach. We're going to take a moment for the national anthem. right, we are ready to start her off. Semifinal action right here in Grinnell, Iowa at the main gym. Welcome again. I'm Dan Walker. I'll be your commentator for the evening as we start this road to the Wells Fargo Arena. All right, getting ready for our tip-off. Macy Harris on the tip and Delaney Bartman up for it. Harris up, kind of a double pump. She has the ball. She's going to bring her up the court. Macy kicks it around to Megan, swings it around the top side of the key. Naomi takes the first look at a three-pointer, backside of the rim. ADM kicks it out, gets the rebound. Brings it back around. Abby Halas brings the ball up for the Tigers. ADM's kind of kicking around. They don't really know how they're going to handle with this. Swings it back around, back up on top the key. They kick it inside Bartman. She takes the lane offside. McKnight grabs the rebound. She kicks it back out over to Macy Harris on the far left, right-hand side. Deep down low to Naomi. She kicks it around, back up to the top of the key. Naomi drives the lane, in and out. 2 points for the Tigers. Jackson puts us up on the board for the first part of the quarter. ADM swings the ball back around. Back into the corner. Back out the far side. Halas has it, dribbles in, kicks it into Bartman. Halas at top of the key, swings it back around. Back to Halas in her hands. Over on the far side, Jackson back over to Halas. Halas drives right-hand side of the lane, in and out. Bartman gets the rebound, but she dribbles out on the baseline. So that's Grinnell basketball coming back the other way. Tigers up 2-0, 6-12 here in the first quarter. Harris takes a drive in. They're going to catch her for a quick travel. Macy kind of shakes her head on that one, but nevertheless, here comes this full court defense by the Tigers, which has been really the bread and butter of putting points and turnovers on the board for the Tigers. ADM does a good job kicking it down the side. Long three-pointer on the far outside, kick back in. McKnight grabs the rebound. Jackson stirs it back up, comes back the other way for the Tigers. Naomi looks up, down in the corner, Sarah. Sarah brings it back around to Naomi. Picks the screen, nice cut to the lane by Macy. Little hook shot in off the side of the rim. ADM kicks it back up the far side. They run right up center of the court. Halas jump stop with a two-pointer just over the rim and back out. Sarah Gosling with a nice rebound. Kicks it back over to Megan Doty. Doty's bringing it back up the court. Sets it down the court. McKnight takes a look. Back around to Jackson on the top side of the key. Over to Doty. Doty dribbles around. Takes a look. Nice pick and screen there. Macy with a nice cut to the basket. Kicks it back out. McKnight with the three-pointer. And it's good. Quick 5-0 jump by the Tigers. 5:04 here in the first quarter. ADM easily gets it across. Harris gets a hand up, puts some heavy defense on. Doty with a real nice steal, and they're going to catch her. I think they're going to push out of the bounce. First foul is going to be called on number 5, Hardcastle. So that's the first foul of the game, first team foul. ADM's going to take a 30-second timeout. We're going to check in real quick with our sponsors of the game. Polly Ice Pizza is a sponsor for tonight's game. Check in with Joey Polly Eye down on 5th Avenue in Grinnell. Check their Tuesday night spaghetti specials out, and their Wednesday night medium pizza, 2 toppings for $9.99. It's one of the best pizzas in town. Check them out. Time we're done tonight, we'll be thinking about a good Polly Ice Pizza. All right, we're back here into action. Doty with the toss in. Jackson's going to bring the ball up, kick it around to Sarah Gosling. Up on top to McKnight, back around to Macy. Macy takes a quick look at that lane, kicks it back out to Megan. Comes off the screen, sets things back up. She's going to take the lane herself. Nope, kicks it back out to Jackson. Three-pointer. Good. 8-0, the Tigers stretch out front of the ADM Tigers. 4:27 left here in our first quarter. Tigers good pressure. Jackson puts it in. Nice little return back in. Macy Harris is going to follow it up with a nice two-point layup. ADM struggling with that pressure right off the bat. The Tigers are doing a good job putting the pressure on. Kick. I think they're going to have a kick ball off of Macy's foot, so it's going to be ADM's ball out on the sideline on the far side of the court. Nice crowd here for the Grinnell Tigers. It's blackout night, so as you look across the far side, it's not much color, but the color black. So ball in ADM. Halas gets it across the line. Micah Benishor's in the ball game. Rebecca McCombs also checked in for the Tigers. Halas has a little trouble kicking the ball around, gets it down here in the corner. McKinney does baseline. She loses the ball, gets it back over. Jump ball between Emma Jackson and Naomi Jackson. So ball stays with ADM. Halas going to toss the ball in for ADM. Nice struggle inside there. Bertman with the wraparound, and ADM is on the point, on the board for their first two. Quick back to work. Gosling with a nice long three-pointer, and that's good. Right back at it, the Grinnell Tigers on them with that full court press. Gosling is really tough up front. She's been there all year, kind of anchoring that, swinging back and forth. Micah Benishore pushes him out. Looks like we're going to get a quick foul on Micah. And it is Micah. That's Micah's first foul. Sarah Gosling's going to check out. Addie Petting checks in. So ADM ball here on the short side of the court. Halas takes it in. Micah Benishore, really tough defender up front. I can't say enough about the girls that come off the bench for this Tiger squad. At any time, I think any of them could probably start the ball game. So as we look forward into the next year's season, not that I want to look past this season, but I think there's a lot of potential of what we have with the classes coming up here. Drive off the right-hand side of the lane by the loss, and McCombs gets called with the foul. So that's team foul number 3. First foul on McCombs. First one's off the front side of the rim for loss. So we're sitting at 13-2 with 3:03 left in the first quarter. Tigers being pretty aggressive on that defense right out of off of the made basket. Ball's off the backside of the rim. ADM gets the rebound, kicks it back up. On the bottom side, there's a struggle, a fight for it. Bear is down on the ground, and guess what? Naomi Jackson comes up with the ball, and we're coming back the other way. Kicks it inside to McCombs. McCombs short off the basket, fights for the rebound, kicks it back out. Micah Benishore grabs it. Macy Harris at top key. She drives the lane, kicks it back out to Addie. Over across. Rebecca takes a little 17-footer. It's good. (15-2), the Tigers are up over ADM. 2:24 left here in the first quarter. Byer up top the key. Petty putting some pretty tough pressure on him, and we get a 5-second call. Great defense there by Addie Petting and not giving up and going all the way to the end. So 2:14 left. ADM's going to take a full timeout. We're going to take one with them. You're listening to the Tiger Livestream Network. Okay, we're back from the break. 2:14 left here in the first quarter, 15-2, the Grinnell Tigers lead. Coming out of the timeout, full timeout for the ADM Tigers. Not much change there. McKnight with a long three-pointer. Rebound underneath by Christian Bear. Tigers put that tough defense on right off the bat. Halas comes across the half court, beats the two, right out center of the lane, little 10-foot jumper in the lane, and she's good. 15-4, ADM's back on the board. ADM's coming out first time with a little bit of block shot by Harris. Sorry for a little technical difficulties there. Kick it back around to McKnight. Back to McCombs. McCombs spots up for the three-pointer. Top side key. That's good. 19-4 with 1:11 here in the first quarter. ADM struggling to deal with this defensive pressure. Tigers come back out. Swing to the side. Halas kicks it back around to Burtman. Burtman takes it right down the lane. Defend there. Doty grabs the rebound. She's coming back the other way with it. Back off to McCombs. McCombs to Petting. Back around the corner to Doty. Doty takes a look. Kicks it back up to Petting on top. Harris lines it up. Dives into that 2-3 zone a little bit. McKnight back around this side. Petting with a dribble pinch in. Harris takes a look. McKnight, they're just going to work the ball around the outside, looking for enough of a slight holdback that can get a good three-pointer on it. Same time, just running a good little offense. Nice drive by Addie Petting. In and out of the basket, goes up for rebound. And they're just going to say ball out of bounds off Petting. 17 seconds here in the first quarter, 19-4. Actually, they called a foul on Petting. Coming down with that one. That's her first foul. Team foul number 4 for the Tigers. Hardcastle with the ball in, back in her hands. She stretches out, kicks it down here to Jacobson. Jacobson drives it down the right-hand side, back over to Kinney. Kinney takes it up, gets 2 on the bottom side here. Doty presses it far back down their side, and it's no good. So that's the end of our first quarter. Tigers lead 19-6. The defensive full court pressure is definitely taking over this part of the game so far. The turnovers fact on the backside ADM. They've had a couple timeouts to take a look at it, see if they can't remedy it, but they're not fixing the problem yet. So as we look at it right now, like I said, we're 19-6, and we're going to be starting the second quarter. We're going to take a break. You're listening to the Tiger Livestream Network. All right, we're back here, second quarter action. That's the regional semifinals for girls. The winner of this game will come back here on Nate Jackson in the corner. Up, three-pointer. Back in the center. Harris gets her hands up. They're going to call a quick foul on McKnight. McKenna, that's her first foul. Team foul number 5 for the Tigers. Something you have to kind of sacrifice a little bit when you run that full court defense is how can you get around it, and if you make mistakes, how do you get to recover from it? So for ADM, they're struggling still. Doty is leading the charge up there. She kicks the ball out. They're pushing it a little bit further and further up the court easily, trying to get across to eliminate the call to get. They finally get it across. Bertman kicks it off to Kenny. Kenny drives it around, and ADM's on the board for 22-8. Harris drives left-hand side of the lane. They're going to call foul on the floor. Foul's going to be on 25, Anna Kenning. That's Kenning's first foul. Team foul number 3 for ADM. Ball in at the top. Doty kicks around Jackson. Jackson, a three-point spot up, and it's good. 25-8 with 7:07 here in the second quarter. The Tigers keep pouring on the heat with this defensive pressure. I think Gosling's got to pick up a little foul on the side. One force there, Gosling. That's her first one. Team foul number 6. The Tigers are just being very intense, putting that pressure on. Nothing new than what we've seen all year out of them. That's what makes the turnovers. And there again, should have a travel, and we do. Another turnover, didn't come from a steal. But as soon as you draw your body up on your elbows to make the movement you're going to be going, that's going to be a turnover. So that's a travel on ADM. Back the other way, Tiger ball. 6:49 here in the first quarter. Tigers up 25-8. Jackson takes a step in, kicks it back to McKnight. Harris takes a look, three-pointer, drives the side of the basket, up and over. Just an unhappy bounce back on the backside of the rim. We've got a quick foul on the other side. Looks like maybe Megan Doty. Nope, they're going to call it on Macy Harris. They kind of pointed to the far side. That's Macy's second foul. Team foul number 7, so that puts ADM in the bonus. So Anna Kenny goes to the other side. 1-and-1, it's in and out. McKnight with the rebound, kicks it over to Jackson. Jackson brings it up the court, takes a look, sets things up. Couple screens setting inside. McKnight down the corner. Looks like we have a kind of a blocking foul on number 11, A.J. Smith. That's first personal foul. Team foul number 4. Jackson surveys the inside, sees Harris right there on a quick inside out, in and over the basket. You don't see that very often out of Macy. Just kind of a quick shot, but I have a feeling we'll recover. On the backside, Bertman kicks up a three-pointer off the backside of the rim. Little foul there we didn't catch. And they call a double dribble on Macy. What they didn't see is they didn't see the foul that caused the double dribble. So Tiger fans a little upset on across the court. But I think Grinnell's going to recover for it. So we're sitting here 25-8 with 6:08 left here in the second quarter. Halas kicks it around the far side to Smith. Smith looks inside. Gosling press, good defense off the leg of Harris. Ball out of bounds. So ball in for Smith over on the far side of the court. Halas with a short pull up, in and out. Bertman gets the ball, kicks it around to Hardcastle. Hardcastle tries to get it back to Bertman, loses underneath. Doty grabs it. We're going to be coming back the other way. Tiger basketball. Penetrates far side. Gosling takes a look at three-pointer, kicks it back around. Top side of the key. Doty takes a look down on the bottom, far side. Jackson comes around. I think they're going to get a reach-in foul. And they are. Abby Halas, that's her first foul on the night. Team foul number 5 for the ADM Tigers. Kind of a line change out. Kristen Byer back in for ADM and McCourtney back in for the first time. In and around by Doty. Gosling takes a look on this side of the court. Back around. Jackson takes a look. Halas starting to guard Jackson out a little bit more. Nice drive down left-hand side over the basket. And it's going to be off the foot of McCombs underneath. Jackson's last 2 3-pointers, they're starting to really put the defenders out a little bit tighter. So it was really a good look to have her take a dribble pinch and step in, see who was going to collapse on her. And they did. Pressure back up, half court. Harris back around. Halas has the ball. Harris, they're going to kick another blocking foul on Harris, and that's going to be a quick third foul for Macy Harris. Team foul number 8. So I believe Macy's going to be taking a seat on the bench. Addie Petting's going to come in for her. So tough blow for the Tigers at 5:08 left here in the first half. It could be a little bit different, but as I said earlier, the Grinnell Tigers bench has been pretty prominent when they come off. They fill in a lot of the spots for the starters, and as we went through this season, we went a stretch of four games in 1 week. We used a lot of players and we played tough teams. I don't think we're going to be affected by this that much. Back around the other side of the court. Kick it out to Petty. Petty with a nice drive down the lane. Turnover. ADM comes back the other way. Halas tried to thread through the backside. Get away with the travel. No, she did not. So 4:50 left here in the first quarter. Turnover. Trent Edson's going to call for a timeout. 30-second timeout. We'll take a timeout with them as we go into the break here. Our sponsors tonight's game is Polly Ice Pizza. Stop in and see Joey Polly on 5th Avenue. Check them out on Tuesday night for their spaghetti specials and Wednesday night for their $9.99 2-topping medium pizzas. So stop in to Polly Ice Pizza. All right, quick in and out of that timeout. 4:50 left here in this first quarter. Tigers have a pretty good hand on tonight's game, up by 15, 25-10. Little foul trouble for Macy Harris. She just took a seat on the bench with 3 fouls. She's the only one that has foul trouble for the Tigers. Team foul setting at 8 with ADM in that bonus. Need a little help on the backside. Doty recovers. Back over to Jackson. Jackson with the 23-footer off the backside of the rim. And that's going to be ADM ball coming back the other way. Tigers present that full court press again. Kind of a 1-2-2, and they'll match it up to be a man with a crossover double trap. Halas brings it over to Burtman. Over to Jacobson, down the corner. Smith, and then Smith travels with it. Tiger basketball coming back the other way. Meredith McKnight checks in for Addie Petty. McKnight is a freshman, has had a very good freshman year, shooting 3-pointers and the ability to drive the lane. McKnight, top the key, around to Gosling. Gosling, nice drive in lane, kicks it back to Jackson. She kind of fumbled it, couldn't get it set up. Doty with the 3-pointer on this side of the court. That's good. Tigers up by 18, 28-10. Again, come right back out with that full court press. Over the head, Combs with the steal, kicks it back out to Jackson. Jackson runs to the front. She stops, kicks it back over to Gosling. Gosling takes a look at 3-pointer, just off the backside of the rim. And they're going to call it out of bounds violation. Burtman checks back in. McCourtney's going to have a seat. Tigers love it when they have that opportunity to get set up like this on their defense. Get ready to make the trap across. Another turnover right into McCombs' hands. Kicks it over to McKnight. McKnight's going to bring it back to the far side of the court. Down to Jackson. Sarah Gosling with a nice little bunny basket. It's good. 30-10. Sarah Gosling puts us at the 20-point mark ahead. Continuous pressure back down the side. Halas drives against McCombs. McCombs gets a little swat on the ball and then turns around and gets the rebound. And we're going to have a foul on Kristen Bear, I believe. Byer, that's her second foul. Foul number 6. 2:54 left here in the first half. Tigers have had pretty good control the whole ball game. A little slip there by Megan Doty. Kicks it back around over the far side. McCombs, a little 15-footer off the backside. In and off the back. Halas grabs the rebound. Drives through the double team at midcourt. Back up, drives the right-hand side lane, up and over McCombs. Doty with a quick rebound, and she's going to bring it back the other way for the Tigers. Meredith McKnight set up hard in the corner, back to Jackson. Jackson sizes things up, drives the lane, nice little sweep cut. Gets kind of a block off the lower sweep on her layup. Back around, McKnight presents. Nice little 2-point basket by Bertman. 30-12. ADM trails, Tigers up. Megan Doty, a nice 3-pointer on the top side, just off the backside of the rim. ADM with the long rebound at the free throw line. Halas tries to cut through and sweep through, and we're going to get Naomi Jackson with her first foul. So team fouls number 9. The Tigers are not doing so well in the foul category. Fortunately, turnovers have been prevailing for them. It's not hurting them as much as it should be. So going in here to the first side of the 1-and-1. Halas picks it up, makes it 30-13. 1:49 left here in the first half. She picks up the second one, no problems. And ADM comes out with a little full court presser. Kicks it in. Micah Bain-Shorb in the ball game. Brings it around. McKnight kicks it off. McKnight over the half court. Little sweep up steal there by Kinney, and kicks it out of bounds. It's going to go off Addie Petting's hand. That's going to be ADM ball coming back the other way. ADM Tigers going to switch out some players. Number 5 Hardcastle, number 35 Jacobson, and number 15 McCourthy come in the ball game. .135 left here in the first half. Sorry, having a little bit of camera issues here. We'll get this fixed real quick. .123 left here in the first half. Tigers kicking out. All right, we're back to action. Sorry about that technical difficulty with the camera. We're at 48 seconds left here in the first half, excuse me. Grinnell Tigers up 30-16 over the ADM Tigers. Back around the front. Smith takes it down. Hardcastle. Halas with a three-pointer. Gets a little bit of hand on it by Doty. Jackson with the rebound. She kicks back around the far side of the court. Brings it up. Doty takes a look. Inside to Meredith McKnight. Excuse me, that was McKenna McKnight for two. 32-16, 18 seconds left here in the first half. Trying to set it up. Nice steal inside there by McKnight. Drives right down the left-hand side lane, kicks it back out to her sister. 3 seconds left. Doty with the three-pointer off the backside of the rim. And that takes us into the half. Tigers lead 32-16 as we go into halftime here. So we're going to take a break with them. We'll be back in 10 minutes. could put it down and it won't, because I got you muted here. So you could, can you hear me? Oh, okay. I didn't know you could still hear me. All right, we're back. Tiger basketball for third quarter action of this regional semifinal game. Grinnell Tigers hosting the ADM Tigers. Tigers jumped out to a quick lead, 32-16 here in the first half. ADM gets the ball right off the bat from alternate possession from the first half. Down the corner. Back up top to Loss. Loss kicks it over to Jacobson. Jacobson, long three-pointer, off backside of the rim. Long rebound out. Gosling gets the ball. She's going to drive right to the basket herself. She gets stripped away on the bottom side. But as they stepped out of bounds, it turns it over, and it's going to be right back into Grinnell's hands. So quick turnover right here. Back in the Tiger basketball. Doty on the near side here. McKnight, top side of the free throw line. Back around to Gosling. McKnight's back up top side of the key. Back around to Doty. Harris takes a nice drive in. Dribble pinch. Kicks it out to McKnight. Long three-pointer. Good. 35-16. Tigers lead ADM. 7:17 left here in the third quarter as we start out the second half. Again, Grinnell presents that full court press all the way up the court. Do not give them a chance to even get across. Near side, three-pointer, long off the backside. Rebound. Kenny, in and out. Doty kicks it back out. Macy Harris drives right-hand side of the lane, in and off the front side of the rim. Jackson with a hand in the face, couldn't get anything done. Back around Jacobson. Drives the right-hand side of the lane, and Megan Doty's going to pick up a quick foul. That's her first foul, team first. Jacobson's going to go to the line, shoot two. First one's up, bounces it in. 35-17. Hardcastle comes out. Smith checks back in. Second one's up for Burtman. Off backside of the rim. Rebound by McKnight. Kicks it around. Harris brings it back up the other side for the Grinnell Tigers. 6:37 left here in the third quarter. Harris, nice little drive. Throw pinch in. Slight block there by Burtman. No call. Back around the other side. Burtman swings back around the lane and picks up two. 35-19. ADM's back on the board. Gosling, long catch in the corner. Jackson sweeping drive to the lane. In and out. Gets away with a little slap on the hand there. ADM's coming back the other way. Setting in with a little bit of patience by the Grinnell Tigers. They seem to be pushing the ball a little bit, but nevertheless, they'll turn it back around. ADM drives the lane hard off the backside of the rim. Jackson with the rebound. She brings the ball right back up the court herself. Gosling sets up down here on the right-hand side. Jackson lines them up. Down to Sarah. Sarah looks off the screen. Brings it back around top side of the key herself. Jackson sets up on the far side. Halas presents that pressure out there. Naomi's shooting good. Gosling with the three-pointer from the corner. In and out. Macy setting with 3 fouls. She kind of backs off on the hard rebound like we'd normally see out of her. Long three-pointer by Burtman. It's going to be short underneath the basket. That's Grinnell Tiger basketball. Subs in for Byers in the game. McCombs checks in. ADM comes out with a full court press. Harris has to go for a kind of a wild pass by McKnight in. Macy easily handles it right up the lane, kicks it off McCombs, and we got a foul on the bottom side. Rebecca's going to go to the line. Fouls on 31. Bear, that's her third foul. Team foul number 1 here in the second half. First one's up for McCombs. It's good. (36-19). Tigers lead. 5:11 left here in the third quarter. Second one is up. It's good. 37-19. Tigers lead in this third quarter, 5:10 left. Tigers kind of pull off the full court press, picks them up at a half court, setting in a kind of a 1-2-2 zone. Marry up on the when they come into the lane there. Nice floater in. 2 points picked up by ADM. Coming back the other way with Harris on the ball. Drives the lane right down, and it gets kicked out of her hands. I think they're going to a foul on number 25, Kinney. Kinney, that's her second foul. Ball out underneath. Jackson tosses it in. Surveys the group. Nice look into McCombs, and she's got to go back to the line. Halas picks up her second foul. Team foul number 3 for ADM. McCombs back to the line for 2. First one's up. Good. 38-21, Tigers lead. Line switch out here. Addie Penny checks in for McKenna McKnight. McCombs sets in for the second shot. It's up. Good. 39-21, the Tigers lead over the ADM Tigers. Halas brings the ball back down. Back around the top to Halas, over to Kinney. Kinney back and forth to Halas. Takes a look on the far side to Jacobson. Back over to Halas. Halas drives the lane. It goes off her, but I think they're going to call a foul on Megan Doty, which that's going to be Doty's second foul. Team foul number 2. Halas going to go in line for 2. And the first one's good. 39-22, 4:28 left here in the third quarter. Grinnell Tigers come out hot with their defensive pressure, full court pressure after made baskets, and really made the difference here. Halas kicks the second one up, bring the score up to 39-23. And ADM's showing a little bit full court press here also. Easily kicked over with Addie, and she brings it down the court, kicks it over to Jackson. Jackson looks spot up, back around top, key to Macy. Macy comes off the screen from McCombs, dishes it in there, back up, and another swat. Kenny's going to get picked up with her third foul, and we're going to see Rebecca McCombs go to the line and earn them the hard way, but tonight she's been hitting everything that she's tossing up from the free throw line. First one's up, good. So that's team foul number 4 for ADM. Bertman and Hardcastle check in for ADM. McCombs sets in for the second free throw. And it's up, and it's good. 41-23, the Grinnell Tigers take a nice, sizable lead over the ADM Tigers. Halas brings it back the other way. Tigers back up in that matchup man, which earlier they struggled with it, ADM did. Pressure on the far side by Jackson. Drives the lane. Kinney picks up 2. 41-25 with 3:48 left here in the third quarter. Harris comes top the key. She drives it on herself. Nice over round, up and out. McCombs with the rebound, and she is going to go back to the basket again. Rebecca is earning them the hard way, but she is coming out on top. Bertman, that's her first foul. Team foul number 5. So ADM is kind of racking up the fouls quickly here in the second half. First one's up and good. Micah Benning-Shorb checks in for Megan Doty. Sarah Goslick in for Addie Petty. Second one's up for McCombs. It's good. 43-25 with 3:38 here in the third quarter. ADM is kind of struggling to come up with a good answer for the Grinnell Tigers, whether it be at their inside game and answering with a foul and then turning back around and letting Rebecca McCombs just shoot free throws for the night. Halas steps back, foot's on the inside of the three-point line, long ball out. Bertman with the rebound, got away with the carry there, kicks it back around to Jacobson. Jacobson drives in, and it's going to be off of Grinnell Tigers, so it's going to be ADM's ball underneath. ADM's looking to struggle to get the ball in, get it into Bertman. Tigers setting up in kind of a 2-3 zone, kicks around, and a travel on Halas, which is kind of a rare turnover for her. She's been a pretty good ball handler through the evening here. ADM's going to almost do a line change out. Halas will stay in, and almost everyone else will come out. Number 13, Toller is in. Number 15, McCourtney back in the ball game. Number 3, Julia Case in the ball game. Back around the other side, Jackson with the strong pass around, and McCombs couldn't get her hands on it. That's going to go out of bounds. Turnover on Grinnell. That's ADM's ball coming back the other way. Coach Cleveland, I think, just needed a quick cheer-up talk for that starting 5 because he just switched them right back out. So Bertman's back on the floor, Hardcastle and Kinney, Halas, and Jacobson. Hardcastle over here on the near side of the cart. Back around to Bertman. Back around to Jacobson. A little give and go on the inside. Trying to set the screens. Can't lose Micah Bain Shore. She plays tight defense. One of the best defensive players that come off the bench in the whole game. Harris takes a drive, and they're going to step up, and that's going to be a foul on Halas, I believe. I think they called it on the floor. They're going to charge that to number 25, Kinney, and that's her 4th foul, team foul number 6 on ADM. And they did call that on the floor, so she wasn't in the act of shooting. Ball into Gosling. Gosling has McCombs. Jackson off the give and go. Down the corner to Harris. Harris brings it back up the top side of the key. Takes a look inside. Bertman with the pass. McCombs quickly gets the turnover back around with the steal. Kicks around to Jackson. Jackson set up for about a 26-footer off the backside of the rim. Kenny gets the rebound, and ADM's coming back the other way. And there, right off the bat, they're going to kick him with that full half-court pressure. Off Harris gets back around, back up. She's going to drive her right to the basket, and they're going to get a foul. Blocking foul on Kinney. And Macy Harris is going to go to the line to shoot too. 43-25. Grinnell Tigers are leading here with 1:58 left in the third quarter. McKnight and Doty back in the ball game. Macy Harris going to go to the line, first of 2. First one's up, and it's good. Second one's up, and good. So 45-25. Grinnell Tigers lead here in the third quarter with 1:57 left. Team fouls, 7 on the ADM, which puts Grinnell into the shooting bonus, 1-1 for the rest of the ball game. ADM kicks it across the line, got away with a little slide of the foot there. Bertman kind of loses the ball, and Gosling takes the dive off it and goes off her hand. So that's going to be ADM's ball back in the corner. Ball in Bertman. She takes a long three-pointer off the backboard and kind of kicks around the rim. Sarah Gosling gets blocked by Halas. Halas picks it back up and gets a quick 2. 45-27 with 1:35 left here. Full timeout by the ADM Tigers. We're going to take one with them. Let's check in with our sponsors for the ball game. Polly-Ice Pizza. Stop in and see Joey Polly-Eye down on 5th Avenue. Nothing's better than a good hot Polly-Ice pizza. All right, we're back out of the timeout. 1:35 left here in the third quarter. Tigers lead 45-27. Gosling with the ball in. Again, ADM tries to come out with that pressure, but Grinnell's just strong enough on the offensive dribbling side to get right past it. Jackson sets up with a three-pointer off the far side, and it's good. Anytime that Naomi Jackson has the opportunity to set up, that ball's going to be going in the basket. ADM kicks it down inside. Sarah Gosling's got to pick up a quick foul. A.J. Smith's got to go in line to shoot two. Second foul on Petting. Smith, first one's good. 1:15 here in the third quarter. Second one's up. It's good. 48-29. Tigers have a substantial lead over the ADM Tigers. They're still putting this pressure on. Doty grabs the ball. She's going to bring it across half court pretty handily. Kicks it down to Petty. Drives the lane. She kicks it back out. Jackson set up three-pointer top side of the key. It's good. 51-29 with 56 seconds left here in this third quarter. Tigers again hit them hard with that defense at half court. Doty kicks a swat in there. Halas grabs it. Are they going to get a travel? Nope, they're going to get a block. And is that going to be on Sarah Gosling? Oh, 4-0. They're going to get that on Addie Petty, and that's going to be her third foul, team foul number 4. Line switch out by ADM, puts Hardcastle, Bertman, Jacobson back in the ball game, and McCourtney. Hardcastle sets up here on the three-point line, just short off the rim. Long rebound by McCourtney, and they get a jump ball, and that's going to be Tiger basketball going back the other way. Another line change by ADM. Same colors, you'd think we were watching Grinnell College basketball, the way ADM's swinging players in and out. Doty takes a look. ADM tips it. Halas with the steal, kicks it in. She drives the lane and gets 2 and 1. So she's going to go to lane. McKnight, Meredith McKnight's going to pick up her first foul. That puts in team foul number 5 for the Tigers. 20-point lead by the Grinnell Tigers, 51-31. The and one is up and good. Makes it 51-32. Macy Harris checks in for Sarah Gosling. Double screen down the bottom. Harris grabs the balls. She'll clear them out quickly. Jackson has a lead up front. Nice dribble step. And they get a foul over the top. Naomi's, I think, kind of kicking herself. Why that one didn't go in. So number 3, Julia Case, will pick up her first foul. That's team foul number 8, so 2 away for the double bonus. Jackson's first one is up and good, making it 52-32. Micah Benishore checks in for Macy Harris. I think Trent Edson's just thinking about the foul situation with Macy. Want to save it for the end of the game. Second one is up and good for Jackson. Sarah Gosling checks back in, and she's going to give Jackson a break. So ADM's coming back the other way. Doty and Gosling at top side of that press. They trap her on the far side. Ooh, got away with a little bit of a travel. Kick it around here on the bottom side. Hardcastle takes a look, drives the lane around McKnight. Up and over. McKnight grabs the rebound, kicks it into Doty's hands, and they're bringing the ball back the other way. 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. McKnight takes a drive, gets it back to her sister. Cross-court pass to Sarah Gosling. 2 seconds left. Doty's got to make a decision. No foul called as she drives the lane, and that's the end of the third quarter. So 53-32. No foul called. She gets pulled down on the arm. Trenson's bagging his case with the refs, but we're going to, nevertheless, we're going to go to the end of the third quarter. Jackson and Macy Harris are going to check back in. And kind of a little bit of a action heated there at the end of the line. So we're going to go to short break with them. You're listening to the Tiger Livestream Network. All right, we're back here, start the fourth quarter, 53-32. Tigers lead over ADM. ADM with the ball in. Halas dribbles around the top side. Jacobson back over to Halas. Grinnell's bringing that defense out a little bit further, putting the pressure on them, making them take the tough shots, or they're going to have to make the choice to make that pass inside. Jacobson with the long three-pointer. 53-35 into the fourth quarter, 7:29. Nice lane drive, Macy Harris. I think Macy was a little frustrated earlier, those weren't going in, but that was a nice follow-up. Put a kind of exclamation point that is a nice lane drive right there. ADM takes a look, top the key. Bertman makes a drive over the backside of the basket. McKnight with the rebound, gets it into Harris's hands. Harris takes command, drives the lane, another layup, in for two. 57-35, Macy Harris has taken control of that lane. Back to the other side. Corny with the ball, back around to Jacobson. Down corner, Halas. Halas spots up for a three-pointer. Backside of the rim, long. Bertman gets the rebound, dribbles in the lane and gets a two. 57-37, Grinnell Tigers has a 20-point lead with 6:37 left here in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a timeout. We're going to take one with them. All right, coming out of the timeout. Grinnell Tigers with a 20-point lead over the ADM Tigers. 6:37 left here in the fourth quarter. Grinnell ball in. A little discrepancy. We have people sitting at the end that want to come in. Ball in for the Tigers. Long pass down. Macy Harris makes the drive. Another layup. And that's good. Two-pointer. 59-37, 22 points up on the board over top of ADM. Kick down the corner. Lynn Shade. Hand out. And they're going to get a foul on Sarah Gosling. That's her second foul. Team foul number 6. So one away from the bonus. ADM ball underneath. Loss looks to throw it in. Quick pass underneath to Smith. Smith over the basket. Jackson with the rebound. Brings it back around. Smith gets her hand on it. Loss grabs the steal. Kicks it back the other way. Doty with their hand on it. They're going to get a kick. Is that going to be back Grinnell basketball? No. ADM ball underneath. Again, ADM with another three-person line switch out. Bertman, Hardcastle, and Jacobson in. Corner for Halas. Halas looks downside, kicks it back out to Jacobson. Back around to Halas. Halas drives hard side, he makes a spin in the lane. Two-pointer up and around Megan Doty. 59-39, back to a 20-point difference between the game. Doty drives kicks it down to McKnight. McKnight, strong pass across Gosling. Gosling into Harris with the lob. Off short side of the rim. Harris and Gosling collide. Back on the other side. Bertman back around off backside of the rim. McKnight with a tough rebound inside. We're going to get a foul on Hardcastle. She's reaching in. Going back the other way, that's a 1-and-1. And McKnight's going to go to the basket. Hardcastle, that's her second foul of the night. Shooting 1-and-1, 59-39, 5:35 left here in this fourth quarter. First one's up for McKnight, it's good. 60-39. Second one's up for McKenna, and that's good too. 61-39, Grinnell Tigers up. Halas brings the ball back around the other side. Jacobson looks like she wants to spot up at that distance. Kicks it down low. Far side Halas, or near side, three-pointer, short off the side of rim. Long rebound out the other side. Harris grabs the ball. Have Jackson set up a three-pointer. She sets up, launches it, and it's good. 64-39. Naomi Jackson launches a three-pointer from the near side of the court. Definitely the difference in the ball game is the three-pointers that Grinnell has been putting in the basket. Bertman back around, Halas. Halas takes a look, shoots a three-pointer, and it's good. 64-42, 4:48 here in the fourth quarter. Gosling down the corner, kicks it back around to McKnight. Kind of a long pass out. Harris takes a look. Doty spots up three-pointer, drives the lane open, and she's going to get fouled and go in line, shoot two. Jacobson, I believe that's her first foul. Team foul number 10, so that puts Grinnell in the double bonus from here on out. First one's up for Doty. Backside of the rim. Meredith McKnight checks in for Gosling, and Rebecca McCombs checks in for McKenna McKnight. Second one's up for Doty. Backside of the rim again. McKnight with the long rebound. Back around to Doty. Doty takes a look inside to McCombs. McCombs, nice dribble spin. Back out to Megan. Three-pointer top of the key. It's good. 67-42 with 4:23 left here in the fourth quarter. The three-point ball is definitely helping the Grinnell Tigers. This far side, Bertman kicks up a three-pointer. Long rebound out. Macy Harris at the half court, brings it around, drives in, and she's going to go in line and shoot two. Jacobson's going to pick up her second foul quickly. Team foul number 11, which it doesn't matter anymore because we're in the double bonus. 67-42 with 4:09 left here. Harris sets in. First one's up. In and out. Doty comes out for a quick break. Jackson comes out. Abby Petting and Micah Benashore come in the ball game. Harris sets in for the second one. It's up. And good. 68-42 with 4:08 left here in the fourth quarter. Grinnell has a pretty good hand on this ball game, looking to move forward. A little slip in the lane by Halas, and she's going to get called for a travel. I have not seen the scores coming back the other way, but most likely the next game will be probably against Pella right back here. Macy Harris, long pass in. She's going to go back to the lane again. Taller, that's her first foul. 68-42. First one's up and good. Halas, I think, might be taking her first break of the ball game. Good player for ADM. Second one's up for Harris. Bounces around the rim. Rebound out the other side, Case. Case brings it up the court. Nice hand in the face there. McKnight kicks it back around with the steal. Drives the lane. She's going to stop and gets caught up there. It's going to be a jump ball. No, they're going to call her for a travel. ADM brings it back the other way. Most likely we'll see the matchup here Tuesday night against, I think, Pella. I haven't seen I've been watching the Twitter feeds of the games tonight, but whoever the winner of Pella and the winner of Grinnell, they would play here since Grinnell is the highest seed. Grinnell will have the home court advantage. Ball out of bounds. ADM ball, it's going to be off Lauren Bolte. Caitlin Kriegel in the ball game. Around the Hardcastle, back up to the top of the key. Courtney takes a look, drives the lane. Bolte plays good defense, straight up. Three-pointer out here. Julia Case. Tigers work the ball in. Grinnell fighting against that full court press that they have. Kick it around. Micah Benny-Shore drives around. Kind of a wild pass out. Caitlin Kriegel grabs it around. McKnight drives the lane with a nice step in. Two-pointer, layup. 71-45. Grinnell still taking charge of this ball game. Oop, kick it out of the hands there. Come back around side, tough screen, kind of knocked around. That's going to be a charge on Hardcastle. Kind of muscled her way into it. Addie Petting took a charge. So Hardcastle, that's her third foul. Keely Idle checks in for Micah Benishore. 71-45 with 2:43 left here in the fourth quarter. ADM still putting pressure on. They're not giving up on this ball game. Easily covered to Bolte, back around to Petty. Petty drives the lane. No foul called. Dribble around by Jacobson. Nice steal by Meredith. Meredith kicks around. Addie gets a rebound. It's kind of some fighting and turning underneath the basket. All goes and it's back into ADM's hands. ADM's not really giving up on their starters. Halas checks back in. Bertman checks back in. Byer still on the court. They bring it up hard, charge court. Long three-pointer by Jacobson on the far side. Rebound out. Bertman with it in, drives around. Fighting inside, scrappy. Bolte grabs. And I think they're going to call a foul on Addie Petting. That's Addie's fourth foul, which that puts ADM into the bonus finally. So 71-45, 2:09. The first one's up and good by Byer. Second one's up by the left-hander. Jump shot, it's good. 71-47, 2:08 left here in the fourth quarter. Grinnell brings it across. Petty with the ball, kicks it down the court to Kriegel. Kriegel thinks that Petting's where she's at, but she's not, and that's going to be a turnover. So from a learning point here, you know, Edson has to look at the court and calm this younger class down. Remember that they're coming up here in the next couple of years, that we've still got to play good basketball, even though we have a sizable lead. Jacobson with another long three-pointer, and that's good. 71-51. They cut it to a 21-point lead. Petting takes a drive to the lane. In and out, no foul called. Rebound McCourtney. Gets it back into Loss's hands. Loss drives it down the side. Looks at Bertman. Kicks a long three-pointer for Jacobson. That's good. 71-53. 6.5 feet outside the three-point line. McKnight comes back the other way. Drives right back down with a two-pointer. 73-53, and ADM comes right back and grabs another two. McKnight with the ball in, looks back across to Bolte. Bolte gets hung up at the lane, and they get Byer with a foul, and that's her fourth foul. Lauren's going to go to the line to shoot two since we're sitting in the double bonus. 73-55 with 1:02 left in the ball game. Coach Cleveland's going to clear his bench out and get some girls in the ball game. First one's up, bounce off backside of the rim. Grinnell switches out. Sydney Kinkle in the ball game for the Tigers. Long rebound, kicks it around to Kinkle. Kinkle gets two. 75-55, 44 seconds left in this ball game. ADM brings it back up and around. So definitely some young faces. Lauren Pease in the ball game, number 25, Sydney Kinkle. And Keely Isles going to get called with the foul. Actually, they called that on Lauren Pease. Julia Case goes in line for the first. In and out. Second one's up. Backside of the rim, and it's good. 75-56 with 30 seconds left in the ball game. ADM gets a quick steal, and that's going to be off of ADM. That'll be Grinnell's basketball. 29 seconds left here in this regional ball game. Still trying to find out who they go on to play next. Looking for updates here. And a travel of Lauren Bolte on the sideline. This Grinnell team has been a wonder team this year. ADM drives the basket. Case with another 2 points, so 75-58, 16 seconds left. Cross the ball with Pease. Pease kicks it around to Kinkle. Take a look around. She dribbles it out over to Bolte. Bolte takes a look around. She steps up. Nice drive into Kriegel into the lane. And in and out. So here we go. We end the ball game. 75-58, the Grinnell Tigers take a sizable win over the ADM Tigers. That is going to be our final score as we end the night. I am about positive that Tuesday night, I haven't seen any official scores here yet, but most likely we'll probably end up playing Pella unless something major happens down there. So it'll be the winner between the Pella-Norwalk game. So that is our final score, 75-58 for Sub-State Regional. The Grinnell Tigers are victorious over the ADM Tigers. You've been listening to the Grinnell Tiger Livestream Network. My cameraman tonight was Tyler Walker, my son, filling in for myself, which normally takes spot, and Craig Seek. We've been busy all day. So thank you for joining in to the Tiger Livestream Network, and we'll be coming back at you Tuesday night at 7 o'clock for the winner of Pella-Norwalk versus Grinnell right here on the Tiger Livestream Network. Thank you for joining us.